stream. Let's see how that goes. Looks like that is rolling. Although there's always a bit of a delay before it gets rolling. Okay, so the stream is going. Let me get that sharing. I guess I can just put it. So what's going to be tricky too is those of you who are here, if you listen to both, there's going to be like a delay between the Discord voice and what you hear on the live stream. Bob, no. Let me set out the tweeters. I gotta make the tweeters. So those of you who are here, YouTube, we're trying out a new format tonight. So kind of bear with me as I get set up. Oh, I gotta move this over, don't I? Okay. I gotta manage my manages. Let's turn that off. There we go. Okay. All right. I gotta send out the tweeters. Remember to actually link the stream. Oh man. Okay, that's done. Chrome. When am I going to react to Nas as it was written? I don't know. So those of you who are jumping in just now, we're going to get rolling around 7. But the idea is, actually, maybe I should just wait a bit. The idea is discussing a topic. It's kind of an amalgamation of conversations with the community and a radio call-in show. Let's see, Sam W. I'm going to move you into the speak portion so we can check your audio. So if you can accept that, and then you can just say hi real quick, and we'll see if your audio works.
Hello.
Yep. Okay. Cool. That works.
All right. Cool.
Move you out, Mr. White. Let's see if your audio works before we get rolling here on the stream.
Hello.
Ooh, very nice voice there, Mr. White. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm moving you out. I think we've checked. Oh no, Cyan. Let's try Cyan. Let's see if you want to check your audio real quick. And I think I started the stream a little too early, but that's okay. This is going to be a test of the format, so there's going to be some bumpiness to it, you know?
Just so it doesn't go unnoticed. That's what she said.
Bravo. Bravo, sir. Well done. Well done. Cyan is not taking the invite. That's okay. Caleb was here and then he darted out. Well, that's all right. Let's see what's going on with the YouTube chat. What's up in here? Chroma. We're going to do a new format. We're testing out a format of kind of like just a topical discussion. There's people in Discord that are hanging out. They're going to be the ones that can call in. I'm not really going to advertise how you get to that state because I don't want people to buy into it. And then if I don't actually make this a regular thing, then they feel like, oh crap, you know, I bought into something that I don't get to participate in. Fucking YouTube is telling me right now, oh, this would be a good time to insert an ad. God damn. It's so annoying. Mal, I'm looking at two different chats. Nothing terrible. Ike, let's test your audio. I'm going to move you in. Let's test your audio. Let's see if your audio works. If he accepts. Oh, and I got to get the thing up too. Oh, it's on YouTube also. So those of you who are in the Discord. Oh, fuck. See, this is going to be hard. This is going to be hard. My brain's going to lock up. Zach, I'm going to move you in. And you can test your audio. Oh, where'd you go? There you go. There
testing 1 2.
Yep, you're good.
Easy.
Yeah, well done. Renato, thank you. Thank you for the $3 kicker. I have no idea what kind of currency that is. What is an R? I have no idea. Chroma, just one comment for me. You're probably one of my favorite creators on YouTube. It's pretty neat that a reaction has so much inside of music they listen to. Well, thank you, Chroma. I appreciate that, man. That's fucking cool. Appreciate it. It's 6:55. Let's just get rolling.
Okay,
What's up?
so your YouTube stream is about 4 seconds behind.
Right. So if you're in Discord, basically if you're in Discord and listening and you're listening to the stream, you're going to split your head in two because of the delay.
So if they want to do both, if they want to see your very cute face,
Uh-huh.
and
They can have the stream open, but just mute the stream if you're in Discord.
just mute the YouTube.
The problem, though, too, is then if I'm talking to somebody else, everybody in YouTube in Discord is not going to hear the conversation from the stream.
No, I would mute. I would, if I were doing that, I would mute YouTube and leave you on Discord.
Yeah. Well, whatever. People are just going to have to figure it out. I don't really know how to work around that. It is an issue. Gabe's going to pop in. What do you think there, Gabe?
So I was doing exactly that, and the best solution is to just leave the Discord audio because you can hear everyone, you can hear yourself, and you can hear you talking. But also, the image is not gonna be synced with that, but it's okay because it's not really that important.
Right. Well, for me, it's going to be fine because I'm only talking through Discord. I don't even pay attention to the live stream. I look at the chat and stuff, but for me, I think it's for the listeners who are both in Discord and the stream, it's going to be funky because there is going to be that delay.
Yeah, but it's all right. It's working.
Okay.
You can, as long as the audio is working and the person can be heard and can hear you, I think it's gonna be fine. It could pretty well be like a podcast thing with no video, and it would work just fine. So I think it's okay.
Right. Right. Okay. Ben Kenny, dude, thank you for the $10 kicker, man. That's fucking awesome. I appreciate it. My number one fan. What a nice guy. Okay. Let's get rolling officially. It's almost 7. That's close enough. We got some viewers. We got some people hanging out. So, Denix Pro, dude. The thumbnail was made by Callie, who's one of the members of Discord, and she did an amazing job. I love that thumbnail, and it was so funny because she kept wanting to like improve it. It's like no, it's perfect. Don't change it. It's perfect. Okay, so what's going on? This is the live stream. Obviously, we're talking. We're not doing the buog just because I want to do the buog in a consistent way, and so that will resume in May. But I've had this idea in my head for a while now. This idea of this radio call-in format. And for those of you who have been around forever, Tyler from Earth, thank you, dude, for the $3 kicker. I used to do conversations with the community, and that was a lot of fun, but it was also a lot of work. I had to, basically schedule a guest. Sometimes these people lived, on the other side of the planet. There was massive time zone differences, and so meeting up to record was tough. That people had to come up with a topic. We were talking for an hour. It was a lot of effort. And it was fun. It was always fun doing the actual conversation, but the work before and the work after was a lot. And so that's why I ended up stopping it because it was too much. Oh, that's right, Aaron. It is 420. Happy 420 day, everybody. I am wearing my smoking gem. It's about as close as I can get to smoking, but maybe one of these days I can light up with you guys today on a 420. That would be amazing. Someday. 420. So the idea then was like, okay, I still want to do these things where we talk about stuff. And one thing with the channel is I don't do a lot of debating because sometimes that gets a little crazy. People get a little toxic, and you can go on to Twitter and Reddit and find all these things where people are just kind of yelling back and forth or just spitting out these crazy takes, and then there's not a lot of conversation around it. And I like conversation. I want to do that. I like talking to people. I've learned so much about music and about things I've misunderstood through the ideas of others and through different perspectives. And so that's basically what this is. The idea is it's kind of a conversations with the community because I'm going to talk to you guys in real time on the stream. It's kind of a debate because we've got a topic that we'll discuss, and everyone's going to have different ideas and different points of view, and it'll be fun to listen to and hear what they have to say. And then it's kind of this radio call-in show where you can call in, chat with me. There's no video requirement. You don't have to have a camera. It's just audio. Those of you who are in the YouTube chat, the people who are able to call in, it's through Discord, so that's what's going on there. And today's topic is AI music. we were kind of discussing this a little bit. I know there was that one song that came, the song that came out, right? The Weeknd and Drake, produced by AI. But what caught my eye was the Kanye singing "Hey There Delilah" video. And that was the one that really, really made me go, oh shit, this is kind of crazy. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to kick off the stream with playing about a minute of that song. Let me pull it up here. And I don't know if, whoever's heard this, whoever has not heard it, I don't know. But if you have heard it, you already know what I'm talking about. But listen to Kanye's voice, okay? I'm sure most of you are familiar with the song. Listen to his voice. This is AI created song. We're gonna listen to about a minute of it. And then what we'll do is we'll get rolling into the call-ins and we'll just start talking about it. Like, how do we feel about AI making music and all that kind of stuff? Here we go. So here's Kanye West singing "Hey There Delilah," created entirely by AI.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty, yes you do. Times Square can't shine as bright as you, I swear it's true. Hey there, Delilah, don't you worry about the distance, I'm right there if you get lonely. Give the song another listen, close your eyes. Listen to my voice, it's my disguise. I'm by your side. Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 What you do.
So there you go. That was Kanye West, AI version, singing "Hey There Delilah," and it's kind of fucking mind blowing. Like, holy shit. It was like somebody said this is old. Yeah, this is old. It's not as recent as The Weeknd and the Drake song that was created by AI. And also Denix Pro, I appreciate it, man. You're saying thank you. I got you through so many hours of work. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be there and make your work a little easier. That's fucking awesome to me. Honestly, I appreciate that a lot. So there we go. I mean, it's incredible. His voice is incredible. It could easily be considered real if you didn't know what was going on. And I'm going to bring in Gabe. So Gabe, what do you think, man? Let's kick us off. You're going to be the first one. Gabe, I've known you forever. We've done a conversation with a community episode. You've been in the Discord channel forever. Go ahead, man. Kick us off. What do you think about this AI music in general?
All right. So first things off, one thing that very few people actually talk about, but I think is very important to remember, is that AI generated quote unquote music is not actually generated by AI. What is going on here actually is like a very advanced voice filter. And what it does is it studies everything that Kanye has ever said, like in song or music and interviews, and just it is trained on his voice to mimic his inflections, the way he says words.
Right.
And then you can apply that filter to either you speaking or to someone else speaking. And then someone was like, what if I put this filter on a song? Like I isolate the vocals and I put the Kanye filter over it. Will it be like it's Kanye singing? And then someone did that. And I think this Delilah song was actually one of the very first cases of someone doing that.
Okay.
That's why it's so wide and far. And then people just went bonkers and made Kanye like do a cover of everything. Some of them are fantastic. Like there was a Wesley's Theory cover from To Pimp a Butterfly with Kanye's voice, and there was also like a song that was originally another Kendrick song that they did also put Kanye on. But the thing is, like after a while, people were like, "What if I write a verse and like record a rap, a new rap, something that didn't exist before, and use this filter to create like a new song from this artist. So that newer song from Drake featuring The Weeknd that popped off, and everyone was like, "This is crazy. This is better than Drake right now." It was actually just some guy who wrote the verse, recorded it, and applied the AI filter over that. He also made the beat, I think, or he had someone make the beat for him. And so what is going on is that more people now can make music and like have their favorite artist featured on it without having to actually like get the artist. So the important part here is to know that the creative element, the human element is still necessary. I don't doubt that in the future AI will be able to like generate entire songs or verses, but the right now what is being done is people are creating things and then they're putting these voices, these AI voices over them to make them sound like they are from the artist. So like for people who haven't dropped in a while, like Travis Scott, his Utopia album that seems to never drop, people are just straight up making the album and using AI to put him on the songs. And people like, for example, Spectre, I don't know if you're familiar with him. He does vocal covers of like songs from other artists.
I think I am familiar with him. I think I've seen him. Yeah.
As someone who would perfectly use this technology to like make a vocal cover or make like a mashup, but instead of using crusty or reused vocals or using his own voice, he can use the voice of the artist to make an entire song using his already well developed technique. And that is something that is still going to be very explored and still going to be very debated. We're just at the cusp of something much bigger, but it is already impressive how people are putting this advanced filter to use in very creative ways, and the covering songs and seeing artists in new lights like that. It's amazing to me.
Yeah, that was great. So Gabe, I appreciate it. I'm gonna move you out. We'll get somebody else in here. That was good because this is a perfect example of why I enjoy talking to everybody, because I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was just a filter. Well, not just just a filter, right? Like it's pretty complex what's going on, but I didn't know that there was still a lot of human element behind what was being created there. I thought it was basically all AI. So that's kind of neat. Let's see, Zach, you were up. Is Zach still in here? Yeah, Zach is still here. Zach, I'm gonna send you an invite here. Okay, let's see what you got to say, man, about this.
You, Bob, how's it going?
It's going. What do you think about this?
Well, it's funny. I don't know if you remember this, but maybe like 6 months ago, I called you up one day and I was like all excited about this like AI art stuff that was happening.
Yes, I do remember. Yeah.
Not related to music, but related to like the physical like drawings, right, or whatever digital images that were being generated, right, and how they could be used as like amazing reference material and stuff. So obviously Gabe is right that this is a different situation from that, right, where like an AI is literally completely generating something off of a prompt. That being said, like my feelings about it are basically very similar, right? Like this, I think the people like this is really incredible technology, and people who take advantage of it early on and who are able to use their skills to, produce great music using AI music in general, like not just this current software, but whatever potential future software there might be. Those guys are going to be, getting a huge head start. Like there's definitely also going to be concerns about these, big music industries who are already exploiting their artists, like exploiting them even further,
right? Exactly, yeah.
Like it's going to get to that point, but I don't know. I mean, technology is technology, and you might as well use it. Like if you're an up and coming artist and you can use AI to succeed and give yourself a chance in a really like hard to get into industry, I think you kind of be a fool not to do it, to be honest. But
yeah, and I mean the thing is it's coming no matter what.
It's coming.
We ain't stopping this shit. It's happening.
No way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I basically have the same thoughts about it as I did with the physical AI art. right? Digital, I should say.
Yeah,
Jeez.
digital, right? Yeah, I understand what you're
And,
saying.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay,
use it or
cool.
lose it.
Right.
All right, I'm out of here.
All right,
Peace.
thanks, man. I appreciate it. Tyler, I'm going to send you an invite. You're kind of next up in line. I'm just going to kind of go down the line here and chat. What do you think,
Howdy,
Tyler?
Bob.
What do you think?
Okay,
about this?
first of all, I listened to this song a lot on my way to Pluto, so I have a lot of experience with this song.
Yes, of course. Right.
Yeah. But anyways, something that really bothers me about AI music would probably be when artists die in like you see like all these songs coming out from like Juice World or like I don't know, and the labels are just exploiting them, like Zach was saying.
Sure, like
earlier.
the posthumous releases, like the stuff that was never, honestly, in my opinion, I
Yeah.
always feel like these are the things that are never good enough to make the album, but now that they don't have anything else, like, well, let's slap it together and sell it because people will buy it.
Yeah, let's make a song with Juice World and Michael Jackson, and then let's package it up, and that's something that really bothers me. I do think the technology is amazing behind like even like with OpenAI and ChatGPT. It just boggles my mind because you can just you can just like type in like write a rap about Bob in the style of MF Doom, and
Oh
then
my
it
God.
pops something out.
That'd be amazing.
I was thinking about making you something like that. I thought that might be kind
So
of cute.
I have a
But,
question for you, though.
yeah.
Let's say these two artists, who was it? It was Juice and Michael Jackson?
Yeah,
I don't-
yeah, Juice
I
WRLD,
don't-
Michael Jackson.
I don't know who Juice WRLD is. I haven't listened to him. Let's say that's that scenario, right? It's playing out. They've both passed. Somebody literally uses AI to write the verse, AI to create the music, AI to assemble everything, and they release it, and the song is amazing. What do you think?
Man, I can't lie. I'm probably gonna bump it, but but I'm gonna feel bad about it.
And I
But-
think really that's my question is, it really kind of gets into this weird philosophical thing, right? Like, how do you define music, and are we not allowed to like it just because an AI made it? But what is I don't even know. But yeah, I'm sorry, I
man,
kind of cut you
if
off. I apologize.
Oh, it's all good. But if you think about that, some days, we're driving by McDonald's, we go there, order 2 Big Macs, and then we eat it, and then you feel bad about it, but you enjoyed it in the moment. That's how I look at it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks for the insight,
Yep.
man. Thank you. Mr. Morale, you're up next, man. I'm gonna send you an invite. Somebody just asked Elias if it's his Discord members only. It is. That's how I'm managing this. And this is a test format. We're gonna see how it goes. If it goes well, we'll figure it out. But yeah, it is just a Discord thing. So, Mr. Morale, what are your thoughts on all this stuff?
Mr. Bob, can you hear me first and foremost?
I can. Yeah. I
Okay,
can.
that's awesome because I apologize on my end. I had a lot of technical issues, but
Oh, that's right. On Monday, huh? You were having some issues.
yeah, I was on my phone and then I went on my computer and my headphones weren't connecting. It was like a whole catastrophe. But
Nice. Well, you got it
Anyways.
together at game time, so you're good to go, man.
yeah, so I just want to say, first of all, it's honestly scary, like how endless the possibilities are. like you said, we have Kanye making a cover of Hey There Delilah,
Yeah.
like man. And then I saw one on Twitter. It was Kanye doing a Shape of You cover by Ed Sheeran, and it was actually surprisingly like good. I think it's honestly crazy how technology is developing, and it's honestly a matter of time before literally before AI takes over the music industry, which is like the unfortunate truth. No one really wants that to happen because I saw a song, it was like a Travis Scott and Baby Keem like AI generated song, and it sounded pretty good. But then I thought about it and I was like, so if we can make 2 artists on a single song and we could do that for anyone, like we won't really, and if we can get an endless, let's say track list of X and X artists,
Sure.
then we won't really feel the need in a sense to have new music with this person and this person because we could just generate it ourselves.
Well, so that's a great point to bring up, but I personally I think I disagree with that in the sense that if I know a band that I love or an artist that I love is going to produce music, I still want to listen to that too. And the thing is like, yeah, the AI portion could make something that's great, but the artists that are great are still going to make great music too, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. And I kind of want to reword what I said. It's just that, you know, more so just seeing, oh, Travis Scott's song generated this, that, and like, you know, more so I'm just getting tired of it. I'm tired of seeing like these songs getting put out when it's really no need for it.
Oh, sure. Like it's almost turns into spam, right? Like it's just endless. There's too many.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I mean, it's all over my TikTok, all over my Twitter, and I mean, sure, I mean, it definitely is fun to an extent. You know, I mean, just going on, you know, your social media and seeing a new song, you know, made by your favorite artist. You know, I mean, it's just funny, first of all, you know, to see, you know, let's say someone like MF Doom, like, you know, singing in a song like from AI. I think that's absolutely hilarious. But, you know, kind of like what I said to an extent, I think it's definitely annoying and repetitive, and it needs to stop. Like,
yeah.
Before I get, not necessarily now, but like when it gets too out of hand, like I just don't really want to see it get to that point.
I wonder if it's more of a novelty thing right now, and then maybe in 6 months from now, everyone's going to be furious about it, and no one's going to want to share it. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. All right, thank you, Mr. Morale. I'm going to move you out, man. That was good stuff. I appreciate it. Let me turn to YouTube comments a little bit because I'm trying to balance this. This is the first time doing this. There's been some decent comments though. You know, let's see. Pickens got one. It doesn't surprise me that AI can mimic the most formulaic music out here. I'll get concerned when it can express what Dizzy Gillespie does. I don't know who that is. You know, that's a good point, Pickens, because right. If AI can, you know, copy formulaic stuff and reproduce formulaic stuff, which I assume is probably somewhat easy because that's, from what I understand, that's kind of what it's doing, is taking amalgamations of what these artists create and kind of mimicking that. But, right, what happens if you get into a point where some of the most amazing lyrics you've ever read are AI generated? But that also comes from a human too. You know, that kind of pours. That's interesting. All right. So James Schrineman, you're up next. I'll send you an invite. We'll see if you can pop in here. What do you think? What do you think about the idea of if an AI writes the best lyrics you've ever seen in your life? How are you going to feel about that?
Oh, Bob. Okay, so here's the thing. The best lyrics I've ever heard in my life. It's gonna be the best lyrics I've ever heard in my life. You know, it's AI. It did it, but it's the best lyrics I've heard in my life. I'm gonna feel a little. It's gonna suck, Bob. But here's the thing. Here's how I'm gonna look at it. This rise of AI, to me, here's my thought process. This is the rise for creative artists. No wonder AI can replicate such like consistent, kind of, in my opinion, boring artists like Drake, who has been consistent for the past like 3-4 years. But I can't imagine it like could replicate something like how JPEG Mafia like changes his discography,
right?
Or his albums, like every single album, it's different.
I was gonna say I don't see an AI making something like "Scaring the Hose," but
yeah.
Maybe. I mean, what if you get enough weird? I mean, what if the AI specifically searches Injury Reserve and Death Grips and Clipping and JPEG Mafia and goes, okay, I'm going to make an amalgamation of this. You know, it's out there. It's, you just tell the source what it's supposed to do, and then it sources from that.
That's the thing. Yeah, AI is catching up quick, Bob. It's going to be scary. But here's another thing to think about. You know, labels. Do you think they care about creativity, Bob?
No.
They don't. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do. You see, they're taking down all these AI made songs. You know, they took out the Weeknd and the Drake one that recently came up. They took it down.
Okay.
I would not be surprised if they DM'd that person who made that specifically, and they're like, "Hey, how'd you make that? A couple $1,000? Hey, you want us to hire you? We need something like that."
Right. Well, and then two,
take advantage.
What happens when they just start creating AI artists? This is my record label has created a new AI artist. And thank you, James. I'm going to move you out, James. I'm going to try and get more people in. But thank you, man. That's good input. I appreciate that. Yeah. Mr. White, I'm going to send you an invite here now next. You're up next. What do you think about this idea Mr. White. We've got a record label, and they're introducing, like, they're being totally open about it. Their PR campaign, they've got marketing, advertising. It's their new AI artist, this digital created artist. That's not a real person. Here's the album. Here's the music. What do you, and we have to assume, for the sake of argument, it's actually really good. What do you think about that?
I think, of course, it's going to be good, but I think something I see happening in my head right now is customized artist, where like you have an app, it's a music app.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
it knows exactly what you like, and immediately it just, whatever artist you like, it'll make a new album with them, just like that. And it can tell you like a song, you tell you don't like a song, it learns from that, and then you just keep listening to every single AI song your phone, whatever it makes, about anybody. You go, oh, I like Rainbow's Doom Singing off of Mad Villainy, and make me a whole album like that. And it makes a whole album of Doom singing over jazz beats, and you're just like, Jesus, like,
Crazy.
I don't know. I think a lot of people are probably mad at that. People have been talking about having too much AI art, but I mean, maybe I just don't respect artists as much or something, but I respect the art, right? It's all art, and the AI is making art, and if I like it more than human-made art, I don't know if it's disrespectful to say that, but I could live with that. I could live in a world where it's just an AI pumping new music specifically made for me into my head all day long.
You know, it's a really interesting point of view, because it's almost like a recipe machine now. Like when you go to a restaurant, you don't tell the chef, hey, you make me what you feel inspired by and what you love and what you want to create.
Exactly.
You tell them specifically, no, I want this and this and this. Take this out, cook it this way with a side of whatever. Like you give them a specific order, and that's what they give you.
But if
Yeah.
you're smart, you do it the other way.
My wife had to chime in because she's a foodie, and now she has a very strong opinion about food. Oh man. Okay. Anything else you want to say there, Mr. White, before we move on to someone?
I don't know. I just think even that is coming sooner than people think.
I think so, too.
A lot of the pieces are there. Like the ChatGPT, the large language models can already produce text that's similar. You need something that'll make beats, and you need some functions that they can converge to make like quote unquote good music. If they can achieve that, which I think it can. I mean, we've seen the digital art like we were talking about earlier. So I think it's just a matter of time until you just see, just completely personalized music for everybody.
God, that's wild. I didn't even think about that at all. Thank you, Mr. White. I'm going to move you out, man. That was great. Thanks for the input. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's look over at chat here a bit. Have we talked about the Hassani Miku yet? No. I don't know what that... Let's see here. Callie, let's see. There was a comment I missed. It was up here. It is very difficult trying to manage a conversation and catch up on chat as well. So I apologize, YouTube chat, for kind of keeping you guys off to the side.
What was the one you're looking for?
I don't remember. AI could give us little guys the chance to be the George Lucas of our own big ideas. Hiring a team of AI draftsmen, composers, cameramen to work on ideas we task them with, we form our own grand vision. That's an incredible point, too. And that's kind of similar to what Zach was talking about earlier about... Because him and I were talking, I would like to make my own game. He's working on a game. He knows how to program. And he was like, you can use AI to do all the art, Which, some people are upset by that. But there you go. Is Little Terrestrial still in here? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. All right, Chris, I think you're up next. I'm going to send you an invite, Chris. And see, what do you got to say on this topic?
Okay. I'm actually going to build on Mr. White's, what he mentioned about like the personalized AI, like we're going to generate music for your tastes. Just to build on that, I think that's like a pretty big threat to like the music industry as well. I think I could see like record labels saying like, you're infringing on the characteristics
Ooh.
of the people that we have signed. And so it kind of goes into like you see it in like the 2000s when wrestlers were going back and forth between WWF and WCW. They couldn't use the same name because WWF would have like the likeness to that name.
Right.
And
they owned that character or whatever, huh?
I think you could see record labels try, and I would predict fail, to try and tie up a specific sound or voice inflection as like a characteristic of that person they've signed.
I want to disagree with you, but what was funny was when I did my the De La Soul album, and I did the additional thoughts. I talked about how the beginning of I Know has that opening strum, and then the beginning of Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe has the same sound, just slowed down. On that video, a person left a comment basically laughing at me saying, "That's stupid, you can't copyright a chord progression." YouTube claimed that video because of the 5 seconds that I played from the beginning of Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. So the record company claimed the chord progression. They claimed it. And so I
That's
didn't.
incredible.
It is incredible. And it shows how far they'll go because they don't give a fuck. They just want to make as much money as possible and tell everybody else to screw off. So your idea is not that far-fetched, in my opinion.
It might already be happening, to be
it
honest.
just
And we're
might
just
be.
starting to see more and more. But
Yeah. Here, let's.
on the other hand,
Hold on. I'm gonna read a comment to you. I haven't really read it yet, but here's what Izzy says from YouTube. The only problem I have with AI is it just seems weird to me to recreate the voice of a dead man and disrespectful to the family. What do you think of that?
yeah, so what I was actually going to say before Mr. White made his comment and totally changed my topic. A recent thing that's happened in like the F1 community. If you know, Michael Schumacher had like a life-threatening injury at like a ski resort, and so someone this week recently made like an AI-generated interview with Mike, like his first interview back after the accident, and now that there's a whole legal process between the family and like the right article.
This
because
is crazy.
It's completely insulting to the family that like they're protecting his privacy. He hasn't gone out and said anything really, and then like the guy makes the AI generated article supposedly his first speaking out.
That's wild. That's wild. Oh,
Yeah.
Chris, I want to ask you a question because you mentioned something. This is a learning process. This is a test of the format. Is it?
Oh, sure.
Do you think it's throwing you or maybe other people off that I bring you in and then I ask you a question because you probably already had something in mind beforehand, right?
Not me specifically. It might maybe for different people it'll be different, but
Okay.
I could flow with it pretty well.
Oh, okay. So Chris, I'm gonna move you out. I'm gonna get someone else
Okay.
in. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. That was great.
Thank you.
Mal also wants to talk about consent.
RS Vaughn, you're up next. I just sent you an invite. So RS, here's a comment that just came through by Blur on the YouTube chat. Artists are gonna sell their voice now instead of making albums. What do you think about that idea?
I think that's kind of ridiculous. I don't think anyone's gonna do that, to be honest. I think personally, I have more faith in like the artist's integrity and like the integrity of art in general, to where I don't necessarily have a problem with AI music and like AI being helped in the creative process to like try to make your own thing, or even if you're making something with AI with somebody else's voice. It's like, as long as you make it clear that it's AI, or you like make it clear that it's like an artistic flip of it, like a sample. Like, you're not just gonna re-upload the same song. Like, obviously that's illegal. Obviously that's not okay. Like, if you just steal a song straight up. But
Right.
like a good sample flip. Like, if you use AI in an interesting way, even if it's somebody else's voice or something like that, I think it's kind of valid artistically. And I like that. I think where I draw the line is just like, if you're trying to pretend you're somebody else, like just straight up identity theft.
Yeah, right. No, obviously that's a huge problem. But your point about it almost turning into a sampling technique is really interesting, especially in the hip hop world where sampling is so highly regarded and treated as a skill. Like, if you can use AI to essentially sample a voice and flip it around, that's wild.
Yeah, and honestly, I've kind of loose beliefs as far as like copyright and music in general. I don't really think I don't know, like I feel like there's a fair use law with like videos and YouTube videos, even though it's not enforced very well on the platform. But like, if you use something in a way that's respectful and it changes it up enough to where it's not just replicating the original source material, like, then it's legal. I feel like music should be that way, and I kind of don't like. I don't think you can really steal a chord progression. Like you can steal a song, but like if you're just using like a chord progression from something else and then everything else is different, then I think that's completely fine.
Yeah, that's
So
that's a
AI, you can kind of apply the same logic to it, I think.
yeah, and that is a hard one because where do you draw that line between stealing a song and using a chord progression and changing it? Like
Yeah.
that's forever argued over for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, dude. Thank you so much, Vaughn, for joining. I
No
appreciate
problem.
that. That was great. Let's see. So I see Zach and I see Gabe and I see Tyler, but you guys have gotten to jump in. Actually, did Tyler get to? Oh yeah, he did. He made your great Pluto joke. I'm gonna get Sonards in here real quick. I'm trying to get as many different people in as possible. So Sonards, you've got an invite. Jump in. What do you got to say, man?
I wanted to talk about the labels
Yeah.
because there's Capitol Records who signed an artist. His name is like FN Mecca. He was like an AI artist. So it was already done,
Okay.
but it failed miserably because
Because why? Go
Um,
ahead. I'm sorry.
it was like I don't know how to explain it. It was like digital blackface. They were
Oh.
basically like just being racist with the artists. Like,
Of course. I mean, go figure, right? The first digital AI artist, and what do they do with it? Fucking be racist assholes with it. Oh my god. I mean, that's amazing.
sorry, I'm nervous.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at how absurd that whole thing is right there. But you said this was about a year ago, right? Roughly?
Yeah, it was like August 2022.
Okay. And I missed it. I'm kind of scrolling through the chat here on Discord. There's a lot of shit to try and track here. But Gabe or somebody was saying that. I didn't know. I didn't know that was already a thing.
Yeah, it was like a planned thing by a company who made this artist. They had like a team making this art. It was just like
Oh,
it
sure.
broke me.
Yeah, like just total marketing and yeah, trying to maximize. And I'm sure there's all the things that went in there. That's wild, man. Let's see. All right. Is there anything else that you want to say, or do you want to?
No, I just wanted to mention that. It was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay. All right, man. Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
All right,
All right.
peace.
See you, man. All right, John Dro. I'm gonna get you in here. John Dro, you're up next, man. There's the invite for you. We'll see what you think.
What's up, Bob?
What's going on?
It's Hondro also.
Oh, I apologize, Hondro.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
fine.
How do you feel about this format so far? Do you like this idea, this like call-in thing on a stream?
I really love this idea.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I kind of was thinking about the AI artists thing,
Yeah.
and the more I think about it, the like music that I like to listen to is a lot about the human experience,
Sure.
and I feel like that's not going to be something that AI could do, like just by the nature of it, right?
Well,
Like-
but it kind of can, because the way it creates is the source is sourced from us. It's from the stuff that we have made.
I know it can, but and maybe I'm just being optimistic. Like there's like some artists there will be like it's their life and it is something that is very like two examples that are going through my head are like MF Doom, and like his life was crazy what happened to him for like most of it.
Yeah,
And
right.
it's like even if an AI could make that up, make that story, there's something about it being real and it being Doom's like lived experience that just adds so much to the music. And I know it could create that, but it doesn't. I feel like I would be able to tell, or at least knowing that it's AI would change how I think about it.
Yeah, I think I understand where you're getting at. Like, it's one thing to listen to a song where it's all sad and emotional, but it's it's part of the rom-com movie, and they're putting it in at the 70-minute mark where they're getting back together. It's something else entirely when an artist is breaking down in tears talking about what's that song, Eric Clapton, If I Saw Heaven, Tears in Heaven, where it's about his son who died, and he's writing about if he saw his son in heaven, would he cry? Like totally different fucking experiences, obviously.
And I think when you said like a rom-com, I think it'll be like a level of that where like you can tell something is like made for a purpose, versus it being made just as expression. I feel like
Interesting.
the difference will be clearer than a lot of people are thinking it will be, but also I could see how it totally wouldn't be clear and it would be a completely blurred line.
So I have my wife just tossed me a sticky note, but I don't fully understand it. It says, I liked the Kanye song. Or you spelled it Cayenne.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell it. It's deep.
I liked the Kanye song better because I knew it wasn't a crazy guy. But are you talking about him singing it?
Yeah.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I was able to enjoy the music because I knew it wasn't him.
Oh, interesting. Okay, here we go. Andra, think about this. She's saying she enjoyed the song more because she knew it was not Kanye. What do you think about that?
I think that's a good point. I think, yeah, I think the AI could do that pretty well if it just makes something that isn't. I think there's definitely be parts of the AI that will be like that, where it will be able to create a story, real or not real, that people will still love.
Yeah.
And I think that will have its own uses, but I think there will always be a difference that you can tell. Like, or at least as long as, and this is what does worry me, is like if there's like a law passed or something where they don't have to disclose that it's made by AI at all.
Right.
Which is kind of how it is right now. It's kind of the Wild West. You don't have to disclose, and then if they do make it so they do have to disclose, I think that would be really good, because then you could not only use it as a tool and disclose that it's used as a tool, but the difference will be there.
Yeah. Well, maybe until it gets so good you can't tell, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's always the thing. But it is a great point to bring up, because for so many years now with like video games, I keep telling myself, oh man, these graphics are amazing. They can't get any better. And then a year later, I say the same thing. And a year later, I say the same. You know, it just keeps getting better, but I can also keep telling that that's not real. There's still
eventually
graphics.
It's going to get better enough where like the AI will like be able to come up with AI stories. And I think that's also interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're also not that far from that, where the AI is maybe not like AI takeover, but like the AI is thinking, it's coming up with thoughts. Like, it actually comes up with things.
Right. And that's a whole other can of worms.
That's a whole other thing. But,
man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, cool, Alejandro. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna move you out here.
It's been great talking.
All right. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Jay, I'm gonna send you an invite next. You're up. God, I don't even know where to go from that. What do you think, Jay? How do you feel about all this shit?
All right. So, on the topic of AI art, I feel like it can be good if it's not trying to imitate another artist. But okay, I wanted to talk about Hatsune Miku, which is because I feel like it's kind of pretty important when you're talking about.
Somebody mentioned that in the chat, and I didn't really understand the reference. And so, if you can explain it, that'd be great.
So Hatsune Miku it's a Vocaloid software developed by, I don't know, some company. And it's a software that it's like Chat GPT, but for songs, kind of.
Okay.
And it's its own shit. Like, you're still making it sing and shit, but it's its own like personality. It has its own body and face to it, and its own like fan base even. So it was kind of like the first time that computers were that much involved in making art, or at least in music.
Okay.
It has a ton of fans.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it before.
You've probably, I mean, if you've been on the internet ever, you've probably seen the little character.
Probably.
I'll send a picture.
Yeah.
I'll send it here.
I probably, just without realizing what it is, I've probably seen it.
Here, I'm sending a picture in the little Discord chat, but like, you've probably definitely seen the little character that like represents it.
I'll scroll down a bit because I don't want to lose. I'm trying to track.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll check it
But
out.
it was like, I feel like it's pretty important to bring up, because that was the first time that computers had been that much involved in making music. You know, to the point where they were the ones singing, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, my wife just threw something at me to make me look at the picture. And yeah, I recognize it. I've seen it before. She likes throwing stuff at me, apparently. Huh. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of so. This is interesting off of YouTube here. The YouTube chat. Morningstar says, you know how parental advisory warnings are there for explicit albums. I think they're gonna do this with AI generated songs. Like have an
Actually,
AI
that's
label.
real. Hold on. I think that's real. I think there should be an AI warning. Maybe not like warning, but like a way to tell someone that this song is AI.
Right.
Because that would dodge at least some of the legal troubles that could come up. You know, if you just slapped a sticker on the label that said like AI, because then, you know,
I
can't be
wonder.
like no one can misconstrue it because it says AI on the cover.
Yeah, but I wonder if people will specifically avoid it then and say, no, I'm boycotting that. You should ban that. I'm not going to sell it at my store because it's AI, which, I mean, obviously they have the right to do.
I mean,
but,
yeah.
But it's still, if it's great music, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate it. That was good.
All right, man.
All right,
I'm going to go catch that Kings game.
Okay. Yeah. Good luck. Good luck
Kings,
to you too.
Go Kings. L Warriors. L Warriors. L Warriors. L Warriors.
Oh, shit. All right. Let's see who was next. James, you did get to speaker audio. There was somebody else. Oh, Pink Puffball. You still want to talk? Let's see here. Is your hand still up? I think so. Yeah. Okay. Pink Puffball. You're up next. You did so well Monday. You said you were nervous. How do you feel right now? You still feel nervous or not?
Yeah, I think I'm even more nervous than last time. But
That's all right. Take your time. You'll be all right.
Well, speaking of Hatsune Miku, I think there's a certain parallel there with like other quote unquote fake artists, like
Ooh, okay.
for example, gorillas for example. Like it was this huge band that was basically fake. It was like a cartoon and all of that. And like the singer was actually Damon Albarn from I forget the name of the band. Oh my god.
No, that's okay. I mean, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna interrupt your thought a little bit. I hope that's okay. I was just saying.
Exactly.
You say fake band, but what does that mean?
Yeah.
What is a fake? Because if a band is making music, what is a fake band?
Yeah. Basically, the whole point was that I think Damon felt like he wanted to like start a new band, but he didn't want people to know it was him, so he made this whole bunch of like characters and all of that, so that they would be the artist, not him.
Okay. So more like personas instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you think AI it kind of exists in a parallel format of being more of a persona of an artist?
Yeah, I think it definitely could. Of course, if it's imitating others, then, well, there's a problem there.
Yeah, right, for sure. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, good point. I appreciate that. That was a good one. I'm gonna move you out, okay?
All right.
All right. Thanks, man. Oh,
just
hold
to
on.
interject real
Yeah.
quick. Band that he was talking about was Gorillaz. It's an entirely quote unquote fake band.
Yeah.
It's like none of the characters are real, but Damon Albarn does all the music and he writes stories and he creates the characters.
Okay.
And he has a with him that storyboarded and created the character designs, and so it's like a fake band, but it's one guy that does everything.
Interesting. Okay. Timmy, you're up next, man. I saw you. You got your hand up for a while. I'm trying to get to a lot of different people, but Tim, jump in here. I always love hearing your perspective, man. You're great to talk with. You've also been on conversations with the community. So what do you think about AI music?
Well, when you first started talking, I was thinking I didn't have anything to say about it, but every time someone jumps on, I can think of like a million other things. I think it's worth kind of pointing out the one that I could remember is when Gabe mentioned at the very beginning, you know, what we're really talking about when we're saying AI. You know, it's not just, you know, it's
Right.
not, okay, well, you know, the computer just magically created this thing with no prompting or with no other tools or editing, which is, you know, kind of splitting hairs, but it also kind of matters if we're talking about, you know, we're not literally talking about computers taking over the world. We're talking about crazy like technology that is doing things we haven't been able to do so far, but it's definitely heading there, I think, a lot faster than a lot of other people. But the sampling thing kind of was interesting to me because obviously sampling has been a struggle for artists for a long time as far as the legal issues and, you know, eventually people ratting them out, and then you got to pay this check or anything like that. So the idea of using it to generate a completely original song, which again, that kind of comes back to, is it original if it's derivative, but, you know, theoretically an original song, and then sample that. It's not even just the vocals at that point, but like to be able to like almost just like jumpstart your own creativity. Because that's the thing, is it seems like so far everything that's being called AI is like it's just a tool, and it's a tool that allows you to do way more in certain areas than we've ever been able to do before. But ultimately, if you just throw it, you know, just information and then don't check the results and then show it to someone, they're not going to be impressed. But if you then look at what it spit back at you, and then, okay, well, I can tweak it this way, or, oh, the vocals didn't quite sound that, you know, it right exactly at that point. I think it allows people to get a lot more done, but I can also see where, you know, it kind of reminds me of a lot of other technology, and specific to music, everything from, you know, mixers and drum machines and, you know, software and all of that, like this gradual thing where people have like initially seen it and thought, oh, well, that's not original, that's not new, that's not, you're not making
Right.
anything, you're just punching buttons on a computer or whatever that is. And this feels kind of just like the next step in that direction. And just like those issues, those are real concerns, and I think it's good to have conversations, which is why I love that you're doing this. But I think there's a little bit of like a knee-jerk fear reaction, but it's also about like how we use it. Like it's really good at creating these things because it's, you know, it's collected the data that we've just been giving it for all of these years. And so I think the idea of it being like a bad thing, I could see it turn into just like almost spam, where it's like, oh, there's just like this ton of content, you can't tell what's human made or what's not, or what percentage, like, which then gets into the whole like, what do we even appreciate about art? You know, do we appreciate that it's made by a person? You know, would Kendrick be Kendrick if it wasn't Kendrick? You know, his life experiences and his perspective, in addition to his talent, then creates things that are like extremely moving. But if you like, if at the end of the stream, if you were to be like, oh, by the way, I got like news, like Kendrick is, you know, all of his stuff was made by AI, I think a lot of people would have a pretty negative like, reaction to that, because it's like, oh, well, you know, it wasn't real. It wasn't, you know,
Right.
that passion, that human element. So I think there is definitely a part that we're able to say, okay, well, I'm able to use this tool to do way more, and getting used to that. But there is definitely going to be a point where I feel like, okay, well, who is this being made for, and who's actually enjoying it? You know, it's one thing if computers are entertaining computers, but at some point, like, we're the ones who are either listening or not listening to the music.
I think one of the concerns I have is the idea of it just churning out song after song after song after song, and you just become flooded with all of this. Because to me, one of the things that will make music so great is when you wait and you wait and you don't want to wait, and there's rumors, and oh, there's a hint of a thing, and oh, and then it's been 3.5 years and you finally get the album, and it's fucking amazing. Like, it's just so much payoff there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and on the flip side, I could see that, you know, if an artist is able to take this and use it to get past whatever mental blocks that they've come across, or, you know, you get an artist who doesn't come out with music very often. I guess Frank Ocean is probably a bad example to use based on what's happened this week. But, you know, someone like that who, you know, who knows whether it would make a difference or not. But if it's something where people are stuck in their own head and they just need something to come in and shake things up, and then, you know, take that perspective and then, you know, make a personal thing from that, I think that could be extremely positive. But obviously there could be a lot of potential for negative as well. So I think it's a lot about, you know, figuring out, okay, well, what do we value as the technology just continues to improve or grow or kind of branch out. Otherwise, yeah, if we just let it go, it's all just going to turn into ads and subscriptions and
God, just nightmare escape right there.
Yeah, scams and shit. Yeah, so I think it's definitely really interesting, and I can see that it would be scary on one side, but I could also see it being like an amazing tool that just completely turns music on its head, like almost like hip hop did, but obviously in a much more organic way at that time.
Yeah. Great stuff, Tim. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for jumping in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I'm gonna move you out, man. Sam W. I'm gonna send you an invite. You've been waiting for a while. Whatever you have to say, man. Whatever your opinion is. Right now, it shows you muted, so check your mute.
All right.
There you go. I can hear you now. What's going on, dude?
Hey. Not too much. So I gotta say, with this whole like AI debate, honestly, it kind of reminds me of the whole like auto-tune debate.
Okay, how so?
When that was kind of coming around, people were saying it was going to be like the death of like really good singers. Like really good singers were going to get outshined by people that just used auto-tune, And what happened is like even people like T-Pain, who like use a ton of auto-tune, he turned out to be like a great singer. Like there's a lot of like videos I've seen. I don't have any direct examples in my head right now, but like I've seen him singing without autotune. It's still great.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be one of those things where it's like people that know how to use it well are going to like succeed, but people that overuse it and people that rely like solely on AI are going to like it's going to be, nobody's going to listen to it is what I'm saying. Like yeah, so
you're more of on the tool side of the aspect. It's something to use for an artist to help them do more of what they already do.
Yeah, absolutely. And one more thing on that topic is like it kind of reminds me of like with film. It's like a completely different medium, but with like CGI, people that really love practical effects, kind of like look down on CGI and stuff that has too much CGI usually. Especially when it was starting out. Well, I don't want to generalize, but like, there's good uses of CGI and there's bad uses of CGI.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, so like I feel like if you're using it as a tool, and you're a good artist, you'll be effective with it. And it's like somebody was saying the George Lucas thing.
Right. Yeah, out of the YouTube chat. Yeah.
Yeah, and it comes down to like the artistic vision. It's just another tool to help people create, and I think it'll be. When the stream started, I was on completely the side of like, this is horrible. Like this is really bad. Like, but by the end of the stream, I kind of really thought it through, and I tried to look at the positive side. So I think if people use it as a tool, it's going to be a good thing. So.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I really like that you said that you felt like you started in a certain position, and then after listening to all these different thoughts on it, actually now my position is a little different. That's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah. I like that a lot. All right, cool, man. Thanks. I appreciate it.
That's no problem.
All right, man. I'm gonna move you out, get somebody else in there, okay?
All right.
All right, let's see. Diddy. Let's get Diddy in here. And then Cardboard, I think you're going to be after Diddy, okay? So I'll send Diddy an invite. You two have been waiting for a while. Diddy, you've got an invite. I don't know if you're still there. Yeah, there you are. Okay.
Hello?
Hello. How's it going?
It's going good. A bit nervous.
Yeah, sure. I know it's kind of a lot, right? Like there's just yeah. Anyway, don't worry about it. I never worry about it. I make a fool of myself all the time.
Okay. Well, I'll try to make sure it's kind of focused. I kind of wanted to get your opinion on sort of using AI as a sort of performance enhancer or replicator. Kind of similar to the auto-tune example.
Sure.
Say you're an existing artist, you've got a recognizable voice, but suddenly maybe, you have some sort of injury or you're getting older and you don't have like the same vocal inflections and stuff. And you decide to write your music as you would normally. But instead of performing it yourself, you instead use an AI to perform it for you of your own voice. Do you think that's sort of do you think that's still problematic? I sort of think of it sort of like the way people think about programmable drums, where it's no longer an authentic performance, but you still have to write the drum part, you still have to tweak it. It could still have like, you know, some sort of signature style about you, the same way that a voice is. But does the fact that it's a fabricated performance like take away from the authenticity?
I don't know. You know, the first thing I think of when you mention that are those videos you can watch on YouTube where it's the one person, right? And they've got all the equipment around them. But they're recording their own play and then using those loops to like build the song. And then they just play this whole song by themselves. But a lot of it is just the music that's being looped. But they played the music and recorded it in front of you and then just started looping it and then went to the next instrument and looped that, you know? That's interesting. In terms of a live performance, that brings a really strange wrinkle because I had never even considered that idea, using AI in a performance. But I mean, we already use so many different digital effects, right? Even just electric guitars, like Tom Morello, and every single sound that he makes on his guitar is absurd, but that's all effects, you know? I don't know.
I guess it's sort of similar to auto-tune and like guitar effects, but all of those things are effects. There still has to be like some sort of performance recording,
sure,
which you created. Whereas with AI, you don't even need that like ground basis. There is no performance like at all.
Huh? I don't know. God, I have no idea. You stumped me on that one.
I don't know either. I was hoping you had some sort of strong feeling about it.
Huh? No.
But like, I don't know, because then it's like an instrument, it's programmable, but it's like replicating something which we see as like authentic, which is like your voice, the performance itself. I don't know.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting, man. God, it's really interesting to listen to so many different opinions on this, different insights, and where people are, you know, what they're concerned about, what they're fine with, the different angles that they have, because there's so many things that have been mentioned tonight that I've never even considered, and it's very cool to me.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of use cases, but some of them are just sort of like in a gray area where I don't know if I just don't know how to feel about them in general. But yeah, that was all.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, hey, you did a great job. You didn't. Yeah. Fantastic. Well done. Well done.
All right. Thanks. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, Cardboard, you're going to be up next here. I'll send you an invite. You've been waiting for a long time as well. And then I think we're getting close to the end. It's been about an hour. What's up, Cardboard? How you doing, man? Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me, man?
Yeah.
All right, cool. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
There's like a lot to this AI thing, huh?
Yeah, no shit, man. Who knew?
like before the stream, I was just like, okay, there's like these just like things that I have to consider. I mean, there's like so many different like elements to AI. Like, I mean, there's like, you know, the tool aspect. There's like the literal like intellectual property aspect. And honestly, like I'll just say this really quick. Like, there's like there used to be like this meme of like of like I think it was like a BBC video of just like it was a video about like digital blackface and using like gifs of like black like expressions as like digital blackface, and everyone was like memeing on it because it's like, oh, just
it was ridiculous.
Just like just like
yeah.
And I mean, like, I'm not saying that like they didn't blow it out of proportion, because it's just like, you know, just like facial expressions that like,
right.
I mean, we use gifs of like everyone, right? But to see that like term come back in a way that seems way more like real, honestly, is like kind of crazy to me.
It is kind of crazy. And you know, God, like, because how do you separate that? Like this idea of it's an AI, it's generating this thing on its own, it's simply taking input, but then somehow people are being upset or offended because it's appropriating a culture and it's not supposed to, but it's not anything. So,
yeah,
you know, like
it's coming from a neutral thing.
Right. It's not, it's just a little, I mean, I don't even know what you would call an AI. It's just a program. It's not even like a physical thing. It's just a program that's running. And I don't even
just
fucking
ones
know.
and zeros.
Yeah. Right. And it has no idea. Well, I don't know. Like it like my brain is exploding right now. Like, because to understand something like that, to understand the concept of like, cultural appropriation or racism or blackface or any of those crazy, well, not the crazy things, but those types of things, like you have to have some human biases. Like,
Exactly. Like we are the neural networks that can comprehend that kind of shit, you know.
however, they've also shown with like Chat GPT and stuff like that, if you ask certain questions or try and tell it to make certain jokes, like there was something, I saw it on Reddit or something. It was like that person had to make a joke about a Christian, it had to make a joke about a Catholic, and then it told them to make a joke about a Muslim, and it's like, oh no, I can't do that. That's offensive, because it had been told not to do that. So I don't even know where to fucking go with that.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I think it's because I think at that point you're just getting to like the people behind it and just like trying to make it, because the AI is a very like there's logarithmic growth in like the knowledge of it.
Right.
So they're just seeing if there's like a slippery slope kind of thing. They're like trying to cover all their bases.
And I wonder too, if we ourselves have inadvertently confused ourselves about AI and what it is through all of the movies that we've seen for decades and TV shows and what have you, like books and stuff. And now we have what we're calling AI, but what it is not what we're used to thinking of when we think of AI, this like electronic sentient thing that's self-aware, because it's not that. It's like what everybody else was saying. It's filters, it's effects, it's pulling from sources.
It's not like RoboCop or anything. I don't know any more movies about that, honestly.
Yeah, no, the whole thing is just a total mind warp. It's pretty wild.
God, there's so many like angles I could like talk about the digital blackface thing. I could talk about it being used as a tool. There are like, I feel like everyone trying to like make direct parallels to it, and like it's almost like a futile effort, because this is a very, very new thing.
Yeah.
And honestly, and the parallel that I was mainly thinking was like, I mean, like it is more of a tool than music distribution kind of thing. But it's kind of like when like LimeWire was a thing, and like the illegal like music downloading thing, like it did similarly turn the music industry on its head, or at least like that's what AI is kind of doing right now.
Absolutely. And you look at what those things did, and essentially it was the beginning of the end of physical music, and now we're all streaming it.
It kind of like made the industry adapt to it, and I feel like AI, and I don't know how they're gonna do it, but maybe it could be like a similar thing where the music industry just like has to adapt to it somehow. I just see a bunch of people on Twitter going like, if you stream this Drake song, then you have no respect. I mean, like there's clearly a demand for it, because or not like demand, but like people are consuming it. Like I saw like a statistic that was like millions of people were streaming that Drake song that came out like before it was taken down. So like I'm not gonna like cross my arms and be like, you guys are bad if you like if you stream this. Like honestly, just like stream it and like let the music industry decide, because like we can't, because it's not like our thing,
Right. Well, and I mean, in the end, it's up to us if we enjoy it or not. So it kind of doesn't matter.
I mean, hell, Spotify had like a AI DJ thing that I'd never use, but like they're clearly putting their foot in the door with that.
They're trying, right?
Yeah, but like every foot is going in every door right now, and it's like kind of getting crazy. And it is honestly I think the more we go on through it, like the more we'll look back at this like kind of pandemonium era and see it as kind of like a natural thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Thanks for that. Thanks for that cardboard. I appreciate it. All right, man. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Well, we're a little bit after 8. Let's say we got Trey. Drang is on. I think I'm going to do one or two more from Discord, and then I'll head over to the YouTube chat a bit, because I apologize. This is a test format. This is the first time trying this out. I know YouTube chat has kind of been set off to the side and ignored for the most part. Let's see. Chris is saying AI music has a place for pure entertainment, but when it comes to using the likeness of others and their voice for monetary gain, that's the problem. And yeah, I agree with that. But Chris, consider the idea. What if that artist is using their own voice and putting it into AI and having the AI make the music for them, and then they package it as themselves and sell it? What about that? It's their likeness. They're using the AI they're making it for themselves to sell to their fans. You know, that's crazy. Let's see. I'm gonna hit up Trey. Trey, you're up next. I'll send you an invite now, and then Drang, you'll be last for Discord, and then we'll wrap up. I'll talk to YouTube chat a bit, and we'll see how that goes. So Trey, you've got an invite. I don't know. There you go. You're show muted right now.
Hello?
Yeah, there you go. I can hear you. What's going on, Trey?
I wasn't expecting to join the. Did I raise my hand?
It looked like you did. I may have been completely wrong. But you were in there. I saw it.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway,
was
what's
this
up?
entire stream were you guys talking about AI the whole time? Or?
Yeah, pretty much. And there's been some pretty cool insights as well.
Yeah, my take, I just did like a whole project about this. I was thinking about it a lot in January. That's when I started writing it.
Oh, okay.
And since then it's gotten like a lot more. My album was gonna be about time travel with it, but it got way more advanced fast than I was
very fast
thinking. So like I set my album in the year 2098 thinking like we'd be dealing with stuff that's going on just 2 months later.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing. It's almost like an exponential gain in its ability, right? Like it just gets better and better and better and better faster.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So have you been making music with AI in an attempt to, play with this? Have you been using these things to just try and make some stuff?
So I've been using, I guess it uses AI. I put like a bunch of samples into one thing and it mashes them up, and then I use the samples.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're almost using it as a way to create beats to sample off of, and then you flip those beats around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's just so many different aspects to it. Like someone said, the digital blackface, and like using people's likeness, and it's just a slope, like you were saying.
I don't know if it's a slope. I feel like it's a cliff at this point. Like I feel like Wile E. Coyote and the stone has fallen away, and now we're just standing there in the air waiting to realize that we're about to fall,
Right. And it's like, I don't know if like the industries are what they're gonna do with it, or like if they're gonna use it.
One thing I've noticed with the music industry, they do everything they can to prevent change to a fault,
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, you got anything else you want to say? Or you want me to move on to the next?
I just want to say thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man.
You want to say hi to Poppop, Dib?
Yeah.
Yes, Poppop.
Poppop. Yeah, Poppop. Yeah. No, that's cool, man. I appreciate it.
Hi, what's up?
Hi, what's going on? What do you have a strong opinion about AI music? What do you think right now?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with like the likeness thing. I don't understand how like artists can't really sue, especially if other people are publishing songs with their voice. Especially I've seen like lately on Spotify. But let me pose this question to you, because this kind of came up. Someone else mentioned it just now in the YouTube chat. You're on a live stream, by the way. I don't know if I told you that. Yeah, I literally just saw.
Okay.
YouTube's open on our TV.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Here's the question, in terms of likeness. What if an artist uses their own likeness and puts it into an AI to have the AI create a song using their own likeness and then sells it as their song?
I feel like if it's the artist that that submits it with the AI, it's kind of different, because once you're using it, you're kind of agreeing to like the terms and service or terms and conditions, whether you realize it or not.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on like whatever AI it is, whether they make that like abundantly clear or if they just put it, how they usually do. But I think it's different once the artist is the one that's publishing it and profiting off it.
Interesting.
Other than someone else using that.
So at that point, I'm sorry. At that point, do you feel like it's more of like a tool that they're using, more of an instrument?
Yeah, I feel like that would be more of a tool. Well, depending on how far like the artist chooses to manipulate whatever the product is from the AI.
Huh. It's pretty wild, man. Like Trey mentioned it just now, and then earlier there's somebody else that was talking about essentially, yeah, just use the AI as a source of, as just another tool, as another instrument, another way to maybe make beats or, you know, get new samples and stuff like that. And or another example that I liked, I think Tim said was, what if an artist, you know, essentially has like writer's block, creative block, and they can't figure out how to progress a song or do something, so they start running it through the AI, and then the AI spits out this new return. Oh, that's it. And it totally unlocks the door, right? They free their writer's block, and now they finish this song, and it's an amazing song, and we all love it. And the whole time it was an AI that broke it open for them.
I want to pass this back over to him.
Sure.
What's up?
Oh, that was great. That was great. I appreciate that. I like the surprise guest there. That was nice.
It's nice talking to y'all.
You too, Trey. Thanks for
having
joining
me
in,
on,
man. Yeah, I appreciate it. Take care, man.
Love the videos.
Oh,
Peace
thanks,
out.
dude. Thanks, man. All right, Drang, you're the last one, and then we'll kind of peek over at YouTube chat and see. Oh, I gotta invite you here. Let's see if I can do it right. Drang will be the last one from Discord, and I'll look at YouTube chat. There's some people. Gabe is over there just writing paragraph after paragraph. What's up, Drang? How you going, man?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. This has been a fantastic conversation so far. I'm loving all of the input people are providing.
Yeah, it's been great. I hopped in a little late, but everything I've heard has been great.
Yeah. So what do you think?
So I wanted to bring up, which I guess you talked about kind of a bit just now, but somebody brought up way earlier in that YouTube comment about artists selling their voice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Instead of making albums, because that I never thought about that, and that kind of like blew my mind a little bit, because it's like all these ideas of like scenarios that could happen where it's like, say, you know, so instead of an artist like selling all their music, you know, I think it was Metro Boomin just sold like all of his music recently for like millions of dollars. You get an artist, say like Taylor Swift says like, I'm gonna sell my voice in my likeness and sell it to a record company for, you know, millions or billions of dollars, and then they just come out with a new album. They're like, so then you just get a board of directors that's like, okay, what's the new Taylor album going to be like? It's going to have this sound, and we're going to put her voice on it and do this thing. And so then that's the new Taylor album. And then on top of that, you can also get like, I think, you know, imagine like an older artist who's not really making music anymore, but they're iconic. So like, for an example, I think like Cher, like super iconic voice. Everybody knows Cher,
right?
But she doesn't really like make music anymore. But what if she said like, hey, I'm not making music. Why don't I sell my voice in my, you know, for like $500 million, and then to some record company, and they start putting like Cher features like on a new song, like, oh man, this new Drake song featuring Cher.
Holy
you know?
shit, man, that's
and then
wild.
Yeah. Okay, and then I had one more, which was imagining like nobody artists selling their voice. So like imagine like, you know, record companies are going out with like scouting agents, like, hey, you know, look for new artists, but specifically look for people that have like a great voice. And then you go up and approach that artist and say, hey, I like what you do. I like your voice. Why don't you send us all your music? Maybe you come in and you do a bunch of recordings, like record these songs for us, and then sell us your voice. And like, and so then they take your voice and they'll be like, yeah, you know, cut you a nice check, like 5,000 or something, you know, and then just like give us your voice, and then we create a pop star out of it, essentially, like a made up person, you know, like not even you.
They already do that with commercials. They'll have a voice actor over the actual physical actor that you see sometimes. That's a thing. That's a real thing. Oh yeah. Because they want the look of one person, and so they have the look, but then they don't like the voice, so they get somebody else's voice to do the voice sometimes. So
that's crazy.
That's absolutely a thing. Like, I didn't even think about that. The whole, like, your whole thing was Cher. The idea of I'm going to sell my likeness, and then the record company can use it and just use AI to create it, but it's still my likeness, and I, like, get royalties or whatever. Like, oh, my God.
It was just crazy to me because I never thought about that until you read out that comment, and I was like, wow. Like, it's very practical, but, like, I see that happening for sure. You know, especially with artists like Cher. You know?
Well, and especially with any record company that's just going to want to make music, or I mean, make money.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to make money, And so,
Yeah.
yeah, if they think they can get more money from it, then of course they'll do it.
And they're going to make tons of money because now you don't even have anybody that has to record. You don't have to have a recording artist that has demands and needs and contracts. You
Right.
just have their voice, and you have a computer, and you have a bunch of, like audio engineers and creative directors to be like, all right, what are we going to do? How are we going to, how are we going to make this work? And
Oh my God, dude. That's insane. Wow. Thank you for that. You
No problem.
broke the last bit of my brain that was still intact.
Well, sometimes that's a good thing. So.
All right, man. That was great. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Good night.
All right. See ya. Wow. Holy shit, man. That was crazy. This whole conversation has been amazing, you guys. I'm really having fun with this. Let's kind of look over at the YouTube chat. There's been some stuff going on. I apologize, chat. It is very difficult to, listen and pay attention and then, look over here and read. So Landon's got something. Oh, him and Gabriel kind of going back and forth. If AI can create endless songs like Nights by Frank, then I might be on board. That's what AJ Styles says. Let's see. There was something else that came up right now. You don't make art out of thin air. There are always references and experiences which dictate the outcome. That's a good point. However, there are some stories that I've read. It's hard because the idea of making art in a vacuum, right? To make art, you have to be a person in a sense. And I'm not trying to make it the argument between a human and an AI, but I'm saying that as a person, in order for us to make art, you got to get to a certain age where you can actually, functionally do so. And in doing so, in getting to a certain age, you've had experiences. So it is impossible to create art in a vacuum. But what I was going to try and go for was the idea of making art that tries to replicate the experience of being in a vacuum, of not having experiences. And I wonder if AI could do that better than we can, because we can't really understand that concept fully, but maybe AI can. However, AI, again, only draws from us. It only uses our information as a source. So let's see. It's a Me Mushroom says, I just think an AI should stay away from music. People have been listening to music forever, and it leads to creative freedom and expression. If AI is just like taking over music, it isn't music anymore. It's a script like a code. I personally really enjoy AI parodies or comedies, but I think it very much defeats the purpose of music. It's funny, Mushroom, that you say comedies, that you're fine with that, because I think comedy is one of the highest forms of art, because really good comedy is extremely difficult to do. Extremely difficult. People who are funny, great comedians, that is extremely difficult. So I would probably be more uncomfortable with AI comedy, an AI stand-up comic, than I would be music, I think. That's just me right there. Jack Cameron says, oh, I scrolled and it went away. Shit, where'd it go? Let me go back up. Jack Cameron says, all human art is replicating what already exists, as well as Gabe, just in a different light. And AI will soon be able to very closely replicate human creativity. Oh, creativity humans are capable of, so we can't distinct. That's a good point. Art replicates life, life replicates art, right? That's something that we hear all the time. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. It's cool seeing chat going on in YouTube. Bob, you should make the mods from Discord mods here. Yeah, I meant to. I forgot. Once I got rolling, I get too sidetracked and distracted. Huh? You're not even a mod? Oh, my own wife isn't even a mod. It's pure disaster over here. Pure disaster. Let's see. Photoid says, wasn't it Van Gogh that said it took him longer to relearn how to paint like a child than learning how to paint with experience? Was that Van Gogh that said that?
Never heard that.
No? I have heard that. I just don't know if it was Van Gogh. Or what was the one we went to, the gardens?
That was
Monet, yeah.
I don't think he said it.
I don't think so.
That
either.
sounds like a Van Gogh thing.
Yeah, right before he cut his ear off.
Because he was throwing a tantrum like a child.
South Park used ChatGPT to make an episode in the new season. It was great. Wow. Wow. Oh, and you know what? There was somebody up here who, I feel so badly because he kicked in $5. Nathan 2K, I don't know if you're still on. He donated $5 to recommend Suicide Boys. I appreciate the donation. I apologize for getting back to you way too late. I'm sorry. Thank you for the donation there. Apologize for that. Well, guys, there you go. What do we think about this? I had a fucking blast. What did you think about this? This was really interesting. Now, I think, let me know in chat. Actually, I'll scroll down on Discord too. If you like this format, I mean, I wonder.
Do a poll.
I'm not going to do a poll. I'll just let people put a thing. I wonder, do I need to have like more elements on the screen? I don't know if it matters. I kind of feel like people just put this on and listen. Maybe they're interacting with chat. I don't know. Just caught the end. This was super fun. This was really cool. I like that I can communicate with people in real time, in voice chat, on here. Kind of an amalgamation of conversations with the community like I was talking about. Let's see. Need that 17 reaction. Yeah, I hear that. Landon. I had fun, Bob. Very nice. We'll be back next Thursday. Cool. So Landon, I think in terms of this, if I started doing this consistently, it would probably be on Monday. When May comes in, we'll go back to the Bob's Underground Artist Gauntlet. I want to get back into the Buog and start doing that again. The Discord interface on stream, that's a good idea. Gabe, I like that idea. I think having some sort of visual element would be good. And maybe if the Discord interface is on stream, maybe that would just kind of add to the whole community experience, because then chat can kind of see what's going on in Discord.
Yeah, because YouTube was feeling left out.
Yeah, YouTube was getting left out, unfortunately. And that is just a product of the conversation element. It's very difficult for me to read and listen, or listen and read. Obviously, that's difficult. One key idea is we don't consume art in a vacuum. Yeah, I agree with that. There's always a deeper connection with the individual. Let's see, great format. Discord interface on screen. Okay, so maybe we'll try that next time. Having the Discord screen up on the stream so people can kind of see that chat. It's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. Need some more weekend reactions. Yeah, very soon, hopefully. Cloud. I'll probably do Thursday in May. Probably. Oh, and Callie, you could possibly make a custom stream overlay. That would be nice. We'll have to talk to you about that. I will talk to you about that. I don't know how to make overlays. I don't know how to do anything like that. Yeah, and Jay is saying YouTube's going to be left out. You got to join Discord. So for those of you who were in YouTube only and not able to call in, the reason why I didn't advertise how to get in here is because I haven't committed on if I'm going to do this on a consistent basis. To be in Discord, it's part of the Patreon. Patreon's $2. And however, I want everybody to know, joining Patreon to get into Discord does not guarantee that you would be part of this conversation. I'm just taking who's in here. I'm not going to make like a second tier, another tier where you pay in to guarantee to get in, because that just makes a fucking mess out of everything. It turns into a headache. So just keeping it simple. Whoever can get in, gets in. Trying to go through as many people as possible. But overall, this kind of feels like a win. I feel like this went really well. It was a lot of fun. There's some fascinating perspectives that people shared. Fascinating. Really cool. And I love that Trey got whoever that, I don't know if it was a girlfriend or just friend. Oh, here, by the way, talk to Poppop. What? What are you talking about? That was cool, man. That was cool. Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate it. Tomorrow will be Voodoo by D'Angelo. That's the album I'm going to do a reaction to. I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited. That's going to be a cool one. Marvin, very good handshake. Good. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, Discord, for being here. Everybody who participated in the conversation from Discord, even those of you who were nervous, did a great job. Really good job. Great conversation. Well done. Well done indeed. Voodoo. Voodoo. All right, y'all. Take care. Sleep well. And I'll see you tomorrow for that Voodoo reaction, okay? I'm going to wrap up the stream here. Mob Deep, Bloopsy, Mob Deep. I was actually this close to doing Mob Deep, and I had forgotten that I had promised Voodoo, because in Discord we had a community beats making competition, and the winner, whoever wins these competitions, they get to pick an album, and he chose Voodoo, and I forgot about that. So it was almost going to be Mob Deep. Infamous is very soon. Riding Dirty is very soon. Thursday is very soon. Stankonia is very soon. Right, I'm going to list off 10 albums, all very soon, right? But, the Earl Super Friday I still want to do, so It's just tough, man. There's so much music out there. It's tough. Don't forget 17. Oh, I want to do. I won't say. I'm probably gonna do a surprise reaction this weekend, an additional reaction.
Oh
Yeah, but I won't say what. I think a couple people know, but that's it. Okay, all right, that's it. You don't know. My own wife, who isn't even a mod, doesn't know. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you later. Oh, that was great. Okay, let's see.